In professional T20 cricket, a target of 221 runs represents a specific mathematical threshold that historically results in a loss for the chasing team. To reach that total, a batting lineup must maintain a required run rate of 11.05 runs per over, starting from the very first ball. Standard T20 pacing, which relies on early consolidation and saving wickets for a late-stage surge, creates a deficit that becomes unmanageable against a requirement this high. Yet, in their match against Kolkata, Mumbai Indians successfully chased 221, finishing the game with relative ease. This victory was not a fluke or a desperate final-over scramble. It was the result of a systematic dismantling of the traditional pacing model. The conditions at Wankhede Stadium heavily favor batters, grounding this chase in a venue known for high-scoring totals. Understanding the surface, Mumbai captain Hardik Pandya elected to bowl first, betting on his team's ability to hunt down a massive target. To succeed, Mumbai had to move past the late-stage finisher strategy and adopt a model of front-loaded dominance. By deconstructing the 148-run opening stand between Rohit Sharma and Rickelton, we can isolate exactly how the opponent's total was neutralized. When the target exceeds 11 runs per over, the data indicates that the chase cannot be deferred. Success depends on scoring heavily in the initial overs. Kolkata Knight Riders applied immediate pressure, scoring 69 runs during the power play. This momentum was driven by Ajinkya Rahane's 67 and Ankush Raghuvanchi's aggressive 51. Based on their mid-inning scoring rate, Kolkata was pacing toward a total in excess of 240 runs, a score that is statistically near impossible to chase. That projection was broken by the bowling of Shardul Thakur. Thakur finished his 4 overs with 3 wickets, conceding just 39 runs. This created a tactical cap. By taking wickets at a controlled economy rate of 9.75, Thakur limited Kolkata's potential ceiling in a high-run environment. Capping the total at 220 instead of 240 created the specific mathematical window that Mumbai's openers needed to begin their assault. Facing a requirement of 11 per over, Mumbai's openers skipped the traditional settling-in phase. Rohit Sharma focused on maximizing his boundary percentage to ensure that any dot balls faced were mathematically offset. He produced 78 runs off 38 balls, including 6 fours and 6 sixes. This chart shows that Rohit's strike rate of 205.26 significantly exceeded the required baseline, actively shrinking the run deficit. Rickelton supported this from the other end, also operating above the required baseline with a strike rate of 188. Rickelton's 81 runs from 43 balls provided the secondary threat needed to prevent Kolkata's bowlers from isolating one batter. With both openers scoring faster than the required rate, Kolkata was forced into a purely defensive bowling strategy. By the end of the 10th over, Mumbai had reached 122 for no loss. This wasn't just fast scoring, it was the deliberate erasure of the run rate pressure that typically defeats chasing teams in the final overs. The match reached a definitive inflection point at the 11.5 over mark. At this moment, the score was 148 for 1. Mumbai had secured 67% of the required runs while using less than 60% of their allocated overs. As the highlight moves to the second half of the innings, the required run rate for the incoming batters dropped to standard, manageable levels. This extreme front-loading transfers the scoreboard pressure entirely from the batting team to the fielding team. By the 12th over, the opening stand had converted a high-risk chase into a low-risk finish. Even when a dominant opening stand ends, the impact of that early scoring remains. When Rickelton was run out at 184 for 3, it created a brief moment of stadium suspense. However, the previously secured run rate allowed Mumbai to absorb the loss of wickets without increasing their scoring risk. In contrast, the Kolkata bowling attack began to show signs of mechanical strain. This pressure resulted in a series of unforced errors, with Kolkata conceding extra runs through wides and no-balls. When a chasing team neutralizes the math early, the defending team is forced into higher-risk deliveries, often widening the margin of defeat through these mistakes. The structural difference between these two innings is stark. Kolkata relied on a steady escalation, while Mumbai used immediate, overwhelming force. Against a 220-plus total, the concept of a late-inning surge is often a mathematical impossibility. Mumbai Indians proved this by closing out the game with 5 balls to spare. The lesson of this chase is clear. To overcome a record-breaking total, you must neutralize the required rate in the first 10 overs. The data from this match reflects a broader shift in T20 strategy. Openers can no longer act simply as accumulators. They are now required to be primary tactical disruptors. As targets continue to rise, the question is whether teams can adapt to this hyper-aggressive model or fall behind the required rate. Rohit Sharma and Rickelton demonstrated that in high-scoring environments, the most effective path to victory is to solve the mathematical problem before the second half of the innings begins.